Hey guys, thanks for tuning in back to DNA Vlogs. This is Dipen from Pune, and at my backdrop you can see 4 of my bikes today. 4 of the bikes that I have today. I have my RTR, I have my TRK, and there are 2 Dominars. So from the thumbnail and the title and all, you must have obviously come to know that we're going to talk about the seats and the riding comforts of all these 4 bikes. One bike, of course, the Dominar, the Polar Odyssey bike, it has got a special seat. So we're going to see that also, compare it with the stock Dominar simultaneously. And all this feedback, is going to be based on my experiences and a few of the rider experiences from Pune and my friends and all. So overall, it's going to be that experience. Each person, of course, har ek ka experience will be different with all the 4 bikes or whoever owns the respective bikes. So please don't mind the feedback that we give, or don't get offended by it or something. And then I'm also going to talk about the add-ons. That is, we've got Figo floats. I've got 3 types of Figo floats. So I'm going to be talking about these also in some time. So not wasting much time, let's dive into the video. And one request to all, if you like this content and मतलब आपको content पसंद आ जाता है, तो don't forget to subscribe to my channel and do share the video with your friends and family who would be interested in this feedback. And yes, of course, video को like करना ना भूलिएगा. So one common question I have been receiving from most of the guys is, like, how comfortable is this bucket seat that has been made on this bike, or what people get made, is it comfortable, or should we go in for Figo float and all? So that was the main reason I'm making this video. And while making so, I thought, why not compare all the 4 seats of all the 4 bikes. Now, one thing you need to remember, that height of each person differs. So my height is 5'10", and so this feedback will be good for those who are 5'9", 5'8", 5'10", 5'11", 5'12", 6 foot के आसपास, and whose weight is around 70 kilos, 75 kilos, 65 kilos के आसपास. So this is the generic range that we'll consider. Now, starting with the Dominars, this is the 2019 Dominar, and I had a 17 Dominar also before. Frankly, to tell you, both the Dominar seats are not comfortable. The cushion is way too hard, and I can hardly ride 100-200 kilometers at a stretch. So, whenever I have to travel longer on this bike, I make sure that I carry a Figo float, and which one I'll show you that in some time. Now, the stiffness of the suspension, your comfort level, your sitting comfort, not only depends on that, on the cushion of the seat, but do remember, it also depends on the cushioning of your suspension. So if your suspensions are hard, which is in the case of these 2 Dominars, both the Dominars, your seat is going to feel more hard, your cushion is going to be more hard, you're going to have more discomfort. Whereas those who own a TRK will very well know that. Sorry for cutting off in between, my camera lens suddenly fogged up, I don't know why. Ye OnePlus 8 Pro. So now what I was saying that the comfort level and suspension wise, this bike is the best, because it has got the softest suspension amongst all 4, and the cushion out here is also very, very, very soft. I've done 900-950 kilometers in a day without Figo floats or anything on this bike. So what I went to say is, suspension also matters in terms of comfort level. So the less bumps you receive and the softer foam you have, is the more comfort level is what I feel I get. Coming to my RTR, this seat is also much better than the Dominar stock seat especially. It is neither too soft, neither too hard, but again, the overall suspension of this bike is not too soft based on the bike weight. Based on the bike weight, it is alright, but I'm used to this suspension and that suspension, so ye somehow feels a little hard, and to some extent I also need to use Figo float on this bike too. Now, to overcome the stiffness of this seat and this suspension, you got, obviously, one option is this, to get the seat made, but it's a permanent thing, you cannot roll it back. You'll have to buy a new seat, or you'll have to get the foam undone and all. Or you have to always travel with that seat, whether you're in the city or in the highways. Now, the advantage with this Figo float is you have to fill air, and you can adjust the level of bumpiness or the softness. If you add more air, I think you have to add it in the range of 35% to 60% or something. You don't have to fill it completely. If you fill it completely, it might blast off. किधर से भी puncture हो सकता है. So don't do that. I usually stay at around 50% of the air pressure in this one. This is my usual riding seat. ये मेरा खुद का जो मैं use करता हूँ वही seat है. And the advantage again with this is जैसे मैंने पहले बताया, you can still move around on this seat. You can sit here sometimes, you can sit here sometimes, you can sit on the front edge sometimes. So wherever your bottoms feel comfortable, you can keep moving around on this seat. And when you're not when you don't want to use this seat in the ride, because one disadvantage of this seat is that it increases the height also. Obviously this seat is also going to increase the height, but very marginally, and this, depending on how much air you add in this, it is going to increase your height from the bottom. And if you don't have riding shoes, for some people it's going to be difficult to flat foot. Now for myself, if I can't flat foot, I usually don't ride that bike. It is very uncomfortable for me. All these bikes right now I can flat foot. इस पे थोड़ा सा मेरे को difficult जाता है because it is slightly up, but again it is manageable. It is not that I really can't flat foot. I don't have to tiptoe also. It is between on this one. So this is one disadvantage of this. Second disadvantage of this is if it gets punctured, by any of your metal parts or something. If your pant has some metal parts or buckles or something, if it gets punctured, it's almost going to be useless if the tube gets cut or something. So when you're not using this Figo float, you have to keep it inflated at your home. Don't deflate and keep it inflated, so it will last much longer. For example, I'm not using this pillion seat at all. I've never used it almost. So it is always inflated. It is almost brand new. My wife never traveled with me, so I couldn't use it. Again, Figo has options of different seats. One is this one, rider seat. One is this, and their latest product last year or 2 years ago probably, was this Figo Sail Sport, which is much thinner compared to this seat. So those who don't like this thicker one, it's quite thick, If you don't like this thicker one, you can always go for this thinner Figo float, which is adequately comfortable. I don't feel much more comfortable. I mean, for me, this is more comfortable than this one. I used to use this one on my 600i, but I didn't travel much because 600i पे ये बहुत ही बड़ा हो जाता था, 1 inch travel. So this I very rarely used. When I was traveling to Gujarat on my TRK, I did take the Figo float. For first day I did use it, but second day onwards I did not use this Figo because ज़रूरत ही नहीं पड़ी. The stock seat itself was comfortable. So to sum it up, for those who want a permanent seat, if you're feeling that your stock seats are uncomfortable, you can make like this seat on any of the bikes. You just have to get the extra foam and cover added. You can add it over here also. RTR पे भी आप कर सकते हो. Even on the TRK you can do that. Ideally it is not required on the TRK because TRK stock is really, really comfortable. Now again, this feedback is according to me. So you can get this seat made, or my personal advice would be to get in touch with, purchase these Figo floats, because when you're not driving in the highway and you're using in the city and all, you can take this off, and that time, short rides, this bike is more than enough. And in city, people would fidget with this, so you can that time again take it off. It's got good buckles and all. So you got 3 options to purchase Figos, whatever type Figo float you want, you can purchase. And I think I got this and this one in their I got these in their campaigns, and this I got from I think SVS Motor World. So I have the older Figo also, and these are their new buckles. I think this I got from SVS Motor World, this I got from SVS Motor World. We did a bulk order in Pune, tab liya tha 2-3 साल पहले. And this I had got in their campaigns, and इसका एक older version है मेरे पास, which has got very bad straps. उसके straps खराब हो गए. That I had got from the campaign. The campaign is no more running, but I can drop the contact number of SVS Motor World in the video description, and you can get in touch with them and make your purchase. So I'll end this video here. I hope you like the content. थोड़ा बकबक ज़्यादा था, boring था थोड़ा सा, but I hope those who are interested in this topic, उनको ये useful लगा हो. If yes, don't forget to hit the like button, and of course, if any of your friends would be interested, if your families would be interested, do share it with them. And you can also give me your feedback about your bikes, which bike you use and which seat is comfortable for you and which is not. If you're using Figo or not using Figo, uska bhi feedback de do. So the viewers coming on my channel can obviously also look at that comments, your feedback, and consider things. And of course, yes, if you like the content on my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for now, and see you in a new video.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us.